Good morning and welcome to the Rapid City Planning Commission meeting for January 26, 2023. If any member of the audience wishes to speak to an item on the Planning Commission agenda, there are speaker request forms on the table along the left wall. Please fill out the request with the agenda number of the item you wish to speak to and hand it to the staff seated on the left of the dais. This time we would also like to ask that if any member of the audience has a cell phone or other electronic device, that you either turn it off or turn the ringer to silent. If you need to take a call, please step out to the hallway so the meeting is not disrupted. Items 1 through 6 have been placed on the consent calendar and may be approved as a group today. Action will be taken on all consent items in accordance with staff's recommendation by a single vote. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar by any planning commissioner, staff member, or audience member for separate consideration at this time. The findings of this planning commission are recommendations to the city council. The city council will make the final decision, with the exception of the following items. Item 2, 22 PD 041. Item 4, 22 PD 059. And item 5, 22 UR 030. The Rapid City Planning Commission actions on these items is final unless any party appeals that decision to the Rapid City Council. All appeals must be submitted in writing to the Department of Community Development by close of business on the 7th full calendar day following action by the Planning Commission. Are there any items 1 through 6 that staff would like removed?
Number 5, please.
Are there any items that any planning commissioner would like removed? And are there any items 1 through 6 that any audience member would like removed for separate consideration? The chair would then entertain a motion to approve items 1 through 4 and item 6 in accordance with the staff's recommendations.
Motion to approve items 1 through 4 and item 6 in accordance with the staff's recommendations.
All right, Vince made the motion and Mike Gallagher seconded that motion. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 5.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item number 5 is a conditional use permit to allow an oversized garage at 5230 Pinedale Heights Drive. We did receive a few letters of concern as well as phone calls. In visiting with the applicant, they have withdrawn this application. They will build a smaller garage that's in compliance with the ordinance that does not require a conditional use permit in an effort to be a good neighbor to this neighborhood. And so with that, we would ask that you acknowledge the applicant's withdrawal of this application.
All right. All right, Karen made the motion to to acknowledge the I can't speak today. To acknowledge the withdrawal of item 5.
Second.
Mike Kwasny seconded the motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, that takes us to item number 7.
Good morning, Planning Commission. Item 7 is a major amendment to Plan Development Overlay. Applicant is proposing to replace existing pylon sign at the Uptown Rapid, previously known as Rushmore Mall. Any change to signage requires a major amendment to PD overlay. That is why this application was required. Here's the site. Proposed sign replacement is just north of Disk Drive and North Maple Avenue intersection, right down here. Here's the zoning. Subject property is Shopping Center 2 with the plan development overlay. Here's the future land use area is defined as mixed-use commercial. Here's a major street plan. Dish Drive plus North Maple Avenue are defined as collector streets. Here's the site plan. As you can see, A highlights the location of the proposed sign right over here. Here's the elevation of proposed sign. Proposed sign brings a beautiful architectural feature and will be 33 in height, 16 in length, and 3 feet wide. Applicant has also requested an exception to allow a 99 square foot electronic message center as seen just below Uptown Rapid. So the big gray screen here. Here's the existing sign. As you can see, it's outdated and not the prettiest. I'd like to point out I-90 in the back. Sits a little higher than the proposed new sign, therefore staff finds the 99 square foot electronic message center to not impair drivers. South Dakota Department of Transportation was routed on this application, reviewed, and had no comments. Here's some more site photos. Yeah, and staff recommends approval with stipulations. Applicant is in the audience for questions, and so am I. Thanks.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
Vicki?
Alex, could you go back to the elevation that shows? Yeah, so the sign company is actually the applicant to replace this pole sign. And in visiting with the new owners of the mall, they have provided us with an elevation showing how they're going to change out a portion of the exterior elevation along the food court. And it all has that same stacked stone architectural design that you see along the base of this sign. And it truly does enhance the exterior appearance of the mall itself, or shopping center as they prefer for it to be called. And so we were excited to see the sign pick up on that feature. And I think that we'll see more connectivity as we see additional upgrades to the shopping center itself. We did want to point out that this is really a campus of various shopping opportunities. And this sign, instead of just advertising, the old one said Rushmore Mall, this one changes the name, but it also tries to bring to the attention of the public some of those interior businesses, which will help with the viability of the shopping center going forward in our community. And in addition to that benefit, in looking at the size of the reader board in scope of the sign in its entirety, and noting that this is in a solid commercial area, set back significantly from I-90, we did believe that there was support to allow the slightly larger electronic reader board in this instance. So that exception to expand the size of an electronic reader board from 64 feet to 99 feet. Did I get those numbers right?
Yeah, 60 to 99.
Thank you, Alex. We are in support of that as well. We'll stand for questions. The applicant is in the audience if you'd like to visit with them.
Thank you, Vicki. Any questions or comments from the commission? Haven?
I just had a question. Does the height change? Is the height the same as the existing sign?
I'm sorry, can you come up to the microphone to speak? And once you're up, just identify yourself.
Hello, I'm Scott Bilbrey with Blair Sign Programs. The existing Mount Rushmore sign is 56 or 52 feet tall. Ours is, we're lowering it by almost 21 feet. And the overall square footage of Mount Rushmore Mall is just a little bit smaller than the whole square footage of the sign that we're proposing right now, and much lower.
All right. Thank you. Other questions, comments from the commission? Karen made the motion to approve item number 7 with the 5 stipulations as listed. And Eric Heikus seconded that. Did I hear that correctly? Okay. Any discussion on the motion to approve item 7? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8.
So item 8 is a major amendment to a plan development overlay to allow expansive on-sale liquor in conjunction with a music venue. Here's the site, 412 5th Street, also known as Abe's. Here's the zoning. Site is urban commercial. Here's the future land use. Site is shown as downtown. Here's the major street plan, shows 5th as principal arterial. Here's the site plan. Here's a section of the site plan. On-sale liquor is existing on site. Applicant is only requesting expansion to proposed deck to the north, as you can see there. As you can see, the deck has railing all around it to ensure liquor stays on site. Here's a better view of the deck. Proposed deck will be 500 square feet, and applicant is requesting to remove 2 parking spaces on site as well. Here's an overall site plan showing the 2 parking spots. So site will be reduced from 30 spots to 28 parking spots. The site is zoned urban commercial, which supports parking in the back and rear properties, which they are showing / providing. The site properties is the site is also across the street from the 5th Street parking garage, and hours of operations within site vary from business to business. Many parkings will not conflict with one another. AB's hours of operations will be 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. Wednesday through Saturday and 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. As you can see on this site plan, applicant is requesting a 3x5 pole sign as well, which is right next to the deck up here to the north. Here's a better elevation of what the pole sign will look like. Along with the pole sign, applicant is requesting an exemption to allow 450 square feet of wall signage on site where 137 square feet was previously approved by a variance. Here's some of the proposed signage. So that is going to be looking south. You got the railroad right in front of it. This will be looking west on the back side of the property from the parking lot. I believe that is looking north because you got Dakota Grain in the back. And then this will be looking east directly at the property. As you can see where that truck is parked, that's where the proposed deck will be. You can see that parking spot, the little red stop as well will be moved. The deck will come out straight to that. Will be railed off so citizens can't get on it. Alcohol stays on site. All right, site is located within the downtown historic commercial district, meaning historic sign review board needs to review. They have done so and approved all proposed wall signage and pole signage with stipulation. Staff recommends approval with stipulations. Applicants in the audience for questions? Thanks.
Thank you. Eric Heikus.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a note, this is one of my favorite examples of adaptive reuse in our community, and to see these changes and aligned with the community, this is really exciting. So applaud the ingenuity and innovation of the continued work on this facility. And I know that it's a great gathering space and people really enjoy it. So kudos. Thank you.
I'll jump in. This has been operating in a near fashion to this for a little bit now, and the previously granted parking exceptions don't appear, at least to my limited knowledge, to be an issue. Have there been any reports back on parking here?
That's a great comment. We're not aware of any, and I think it's really due to the location of this property. It is unique. Around it is the central business district. A lot of people that attend this activities on this property believe they need to park in the street similar to other businesses you would go to just across the alley. In addition, we have our city parking structure on the other side of 5th Street, and due to their hours of operation, in most instances that parking structure is open to the public and free of charge during those times. So we don't really have an issue or are made aware of any parking issues related to the growth of activity on this site.
Thank you. didn't perceive any. I just figured you probably had better information than I did. One other question, Haven came up, but I had one other question. And this just came up while looking at the pictures. It looks like there's probably a ADA ramp in the same location as that deck or adjacent to it. I just want to make sure that that is staying. Oh yeah, okay, I see it now. The ramp stays, the
Yep.
deck's just built in the middle of it. Okay. Haven.
I just wanted to clarify a couple of things. The way I understand it, the deck is then out on the Fifth Street side.
That is correct, yeah.
So it's where this pickup is parked in this one
Yeah.
photo that I'm looking. And there's a pole sign. What's the location of the pole sign?
So the pole sign is just going to be directly, that'd be north of it. So if you go back. South, yeah, my bad, south.
Can we challenge you to draw on the screen? I know it's your first time. but
Right here.
You got to get used to it.
The pole sign does have the 10 feet of clearance that is required per code as well. So it'll be 10 feet up.
So the pole sign would be right on the north side of the deck? On
Alex put
West.
his cursor on it. There you go.
the west side?
Yeah, just on the west side, adjacent to Fifth Street sidewalk.
Other comments or questions on this item? Anybody ready to make a motion? All right, Mike Gallagher made the motion to approve item number 8 with the stipulations.
Second.
And Vince seconded that motion. Any discussion on the motion to approve? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9.
Mr. Chair, if we could take items number 9 and 10 together.
Sure.
These are associated items for a development that's being proposed in the northwest corner of Dunsmore and Sheridan Lake Road. The applicant has requested that both of these items be continued to your February 23rd Planning Commission meeting, and that would be our recommendation.
All right. Well, Karen? Okay. All right, Haven made the motion to continue these, and just because I'm not speaking very well, can you repeat the date?
February 23rd.
February 23rd. All right. Is there a second to that motion to continue to February 23rd?
Second.
Vince seconded it. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, 9 and 10 are continued. I think that's the end of our regular agenda today. Any discussion items?
Staff has one announcement.
All
Just
right.
like to make you all aware that we have a new planner who will be starting on Monday. His name is Jonathan Howard. He brings a number of years of experience in planning, and we're really excited to have him on the team, so you'll meet him at the next Planning Commission meeting.
Wonderful. All right, good news. Any planning commission items today?
So
Haven?
from a staffing standpoint, where does that put you? Are you still looking for more?
Yes, you interested? We have another planner position open under Sarah's division, which is project planning. Jonathan will come on board and be assisting Sarah. You'll be seeing a lot of ordinance amendments, and we're going to be taking some very serious topics for our community, and we'll probably need to do some work sessions along the way and public forums on some of these. But the big open spot is the current planning division manager, which, as you folks know, was my title for many, many years, and just trying to find that right person to fill that position has been difficult, but we're hopeful that this is the year. So stay tuned. I know I'm ready for it, as are Kip and Sarah, because in that absence, that still falls in a huge part back on my shoulders, but I couldn't do it without these two helping me, sitting in a different role that I'm in today. So we're getting it done, but we're a little tired at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't blame you all. It's been kind of a busy run here in Rapid City government.
And I really do appreciate the question, Haven. We currently have 2 current planners, and Tanner and Alex are doing a fantastic job taking on leadership roles in the absence of the division manager position as well. But you will see in '24 that we are going to be asking for another current planner, which kind of equals what we see our counterparts doing across the hall in trying to get engineers in line to review items. We should have the same number of planners. We partner on every application, and we're short one. And I think one of the reasons we have such a high turnover in our current planning division is the workload. It's tedious procedure. Everything's on a very tight timeline, and you're on a hamster wheel. It's rinse and repeat. Every 2 weeks, you start over. And after 28 years with the city, I keep thinking, okay, we get a break. Oh, nope, it's Submittal Friday, here we go again. So we're looking at bringing forward some ordinance amendments that might make some of the procedure change as well, in an effort to expedite approval of some projects and truly to lighten the load of the current planning division. Stay tuned.
All right. Eric Hikas.
I have a little joke. So I didn't want to say it at the floor because it was a little silly, but the sign for Rushmore Mall looks just like, if everyone's seen the Stranger Things series, the old 80s mall they have. Yeah. I was like, I'm so glad we're not doing the Stranger Things sign anymore. But I didn't want to be overly silly about that. So, but
If they
I think
waited
you
too
guys
long,
get my humor, right? Huh?
if they waited too long, it might have become a historic sign. So
Yeah, right.
good
On.
All right, anything else from the commission today? All right, Mike Oliver made the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Vince seconded it. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.